Well, hello, all my favorite people from the internet. Thanks for stopping by here at the Sprue. What's left of the Sprue, anyway. So, this is recorded well in advance of when you're going to see it, but I'm trying to get a backlog of videos done so that I can still put out some fairly regular content while I'm in between houses. So the Spruedio is just about packed up here, and the next new video that I will be able to film will be at a new location, whether it's temporary quarters or if it's at the new Spruedio. Remains to be seen at this point. Still a little bit of in flux, but as I was packing things up, I came across this and thought you guys might be interested to take a look at it. So this is International Scout, and I found a whole bunch of notes on it, how I keep track of what I'm doing with kits, and I forget what I was doing with this. So follow along with me as I discover what it is exactly that I was planning and what parts I included. As I was going to St. Ives, as the old riddle goes, uh, packing up the Spruedio here, I came across this box, and it had all my notes on it. And I thought, I do remember gathering parts and throwing them in here and fiddling around with this kit. But I can't remember when that was or how long ago it's been since I've done anything, so you're going to follow along with me as I try to remember what it is that I was getting up to with this little thing here. So the notes that I have, this has in it the Olson Brothers 1971 upgrade set, which unfortunately, Olson Brothers no longer around anymore, but the owner of this company, if you haven't heard the story, Olson Brothers had resin accessories for the Scout, the Jeepster, and the early Bronco kits, the Revell version. It was called Olson Brothers, but it was one of the brothers that was doing most of the work. And unfortunately, he came down with a severe allergy to the resin that he was using, and it greatly affected his health. So we had to discontinue the business. But the other brother kind of adopted the cause, and he ended up fulfilling any of the outstanding orders that were still present at the time that the business shut down. And some of these parts are now going to be available again through him, but it's not under Olson Brothers right now. I forget the name of the company now, but I will put a link in the description to that. So I also have some steel wheels from Fireball Modelworks, the Oshima BF Goodrich Mud Duelers, looks like, and a spare tire carrier. Not sure where the spare tire carrier came from, but let's take a look. So, also, slide that back on for a second. This particular version is the reissue from 2021. AMT 1248 is the kit number. Okay. So let's take a look at what goodies we have in here. Alright, so we have the usual Scout body and chassis / interior tub. Looks like I was grinding on here to make some clearance, because we have a resin hood from Olson Brothers that corrects the leading edge. So I'll set that over here so I can show you the difference between the two. Front suspension off, probably for mock-up with the wheels, I would say. Oh, what do we got here? Ah! Alright, so let's take a look at what this is. This is Olson Brothers stuff. Oh, we have a loose little itty bitty D-ring. Whoops. So that looks like it's some 3D printed stuff. Yes, here we go. So we got printed D-rings and the shackles to mount it to the body. Some more hooks, winch lines. I'm not sure what those little buttons are. It's been so long since I ordered or knew anything about this set. We have front winch bumper. That's now on the floor. Get that later. Oh, and we have a winch. What winch is this? Maybe this will tell me. This looks like a Warren 8247. Yep, that's what it is. So we have winch. Instructions for building that winch. Oh, we have another loose hook. Kind of don't want to take this out of the bag. Looks like we have a combination of 3D printed and resin. So we have the spool for a lower detail version that has the cable on it. And we have the spool itself for wrap and winding, either cable or rope around it. We have the gears. And we have the fair leads here. Try to get those so you might be able to see it. Fair leads for the winch bumper there. Oh, so that's pretty cool. Set that aside. What else we got in here? Oh, okay. So there's the 1971 grill. Alright. What do we got in here? So there's the grill. Goes this way. That's the international badge. So that goes... Come on, get out of there. So that just goes plop right in there. And to help finish it off, we have headlight buckets and the lenses. Yeah. So the buckets go in from this side, I would say. Don't want to get too forceful with this because it's printed. Okay. So that's the grill. And what do we got here? Oh, we got a rear bumper. To go along with the front winch bumper. Looks like it's warped a little bit from age, I would say. So we have rear step bumper. Might be able. That's going to be able to be straightened out pretty good. And not exactly sure. Oh, I think this goes. Oh yeah, that's how that goes. So that goes like that. And then this would go up in here, like that. And then there's also a hitch, maybe, because we have 3 sizes of trailer balls to go with that. Alright, what else we got in here? Oh. Let's take a look at the wheels. dig these out. So these are the Oshima Mud Duelers with Fireball Modelworks wheels. So these are really good tires. Apparently I've been sniffing too much glue. I have on the box BFG Mud Duelers. These are clearly Bridgestone. But then we can see the beautiful detail that Joseph puts into his parts. I have a front locking hub. And these I have modified. I took some styrene tube and fitted that into, drilled it out. Oh, focus, focus. Use super glue and fitted that in there so that these slide onto the, or will slide. Got started but didn't finish, it looks like. Trying to make these fit onto there. And then here's our rears with the lug nuts, beautiful detail, and the axle flange. So that's pretty cool. Okay, so this tree here, stuff's been removed. One of the axle, or the wheel mounts, looks like. So here's the hood. Oh, that's going to be hard to show because it's still on the tree, but let's see if I can show this. Get the bag open. So we got the resin hood and the kit piece here. Actually, you know what? I'll just take this off. And I'll be a barbarian about it and just go, here we go. So I can show you the reason for this. So if you can see the exaggerated curvature here on the stock piece, and the actual truck is much more flat, and the grill also is corrected, so we can kind of compare. See, these two match up perfectly. See if I can angle that a little better. There we go. So these match up flat. So this is the grill and the hood as the actual truck is. And if we compare that to what the kit, you can see that exaggerated curvature. Yeah. So that's the reason for the hood, and I'm glad that these parts may now also be available again, because these were much needed to upgrade this particular kit, because it's the only kit of a Scout 2, but it's severely lacking in some detailed choices that Ertl made when they originally tooled this up. Fuel tank, intake manifold with the fuel make it happener kind of goobered on there. Front cover with the oil pump and some brackets. Dashboard, cross member, steering linkage, gigantic out of scale belts and pulleys, fan, transfer case, upper radiator hose. What else we got in here? Now let's dump that out and take a look. Move some of this stuff out of the way for the moment. So the chrome pieces that come with the kit, we have the wheels. This is fuel cap, license plate mounts. We have the valve covers, international, air cleaner. I don't think any international engine ever had any chrome parts, so that needs to all be stripped. Front and rear bumpers. And then there's our front grille, and I will apologize now. to all of you fans out there that have the same kind of brain itchiness that I do, because I had never noticed these issues with this kit before until Olson came out with these parts, and now I can't unsee it. So I look at this grill and it's just like, oh wow, is that ever wrong? But disregarding the fact that these are for 2 different model years, but you can kind of see how this one is horribly misshapen. There goes the grill with the bumper. Get that later. We have our shift levers for 4-wheel drive and the transmission, which I think this is an automagical. Yes, it's an automagical. There's the side mirrors. And our front seat, buckets and console. Rear seat. Get out of there. Rear seat, spare tire cover, exhaust manifolds, exhaust, steering wheel. I do have one of these that I built up, and I spent a lot of time and effort modifying it, updating it, and making it my own. And maybe I'll do a showcase on that one of these days after, yeah, it's going to be a long time before I can be able to get to that, but I will get to it one of these days. So here's the rear suspension, pretty simplified. That is junk sprue that was under the hood. Here's our engine that looks like I was mocking up, starting to build. Almost went to the floor with everything else. So this is how it comes in the kit. All I've done is glue these 2 halves together. I haven't done any sanding or modifying. So the engine block, the oil pan, and the heads are all kind of modeled together. Oil filter, starter motor. And the transmission, which I believe this is, what is this? This is a Torque Flight, I think. I think internationally used Mopar transmissions. If I'm not right, someone will correct me. Oh, here's our spare tire carrier. What did this come from? Judging by the plastic, I would say this is from a Revell kit. I think this is from the Revell Bronco. I do believe. Not to be confused with the monogram Bronco. So this is the 25th scale Revell Bronco. I think that's where that's from. I think. And we have our window glass that is pretty much the whole, yeah, it's whole everything. All one piece, slides up here into the body, and then transparent taillight lenses. And that's it. That's all you get for lights and windows. Like I said, very simplified kit. And these are the tires that come with them. They are very, very strange. So they are mostly really good. They're still kind of soft. So these are Goodyear Tracker ATs. And I mean, they have really good detail, really good sidewall detail and tread detail, but this is the sidewall, and then the back of it is all big and open and ugly, because if you look at the wheel backs, so these go in like that, and part of the sidewall on the inside of the tire is plastic. So it makes for a really awkward building. Yeah. I don't know. If someone was ambitious, they could probably take a couple sets of these tires, cut them down the center line, and then glue 2 outer halves together. which I guess could be a fun little experiment to try and see how it ends up turning out. But, I mean, I'm not going to be using these tires for this build because I've got these ones. But, yeah, I have a bunch of Scout kits, so I guess that could be something that I do one of these days. Add that to the list of stuff to get to eventually. Alright. Alright, I got all that stuff cleared out, and I figured just in case you guys have never seen these before, so these are the instructions for this delightful little kit. Like I said, she's pretty simplified. The engine going together, and our wheels with those really weird wheel backs. Now this is one thing that kind of sets these instructions apart, because these are pretty much copied directly from the original Ertl versions, in that we have, although they're only black and white, but we have pictures of test shots being built, and it's all unpainted, but it kind of gives you an idea of how things are going to go together and what they're going to look like. So the engine goes into the chassis / interior tub, steering linkage, exhaust, cross member. We had our axles and the fuel tank. And we have some really rusty staples here. And shows you to trim out that excess plastic. The body, we have the chrome grille going in. The glass, the seats with the spare tire, battery, upper radiator hose. Oh look, we got a CB radio. Imagine that. Shift levers for the 4-wheel drive and the automatical. And the bumpers on, tail light lenses. Oh, CB radio antenna. Styling now. Side view mirrors, license plates. Some pictures of the built up kit with the decals. Yeah, a little bit of bebops about the engine and the Scout itself. What do we got here? Engines, 4-cylinder 196. Nope, it's not that. Optional V8, 304 and 345. Pretty sure international engines are kind of like Pontiac and Oldsmobile in that there's no big or small block. The block's externally the same, so you wouldn't really be able to tell. Axle, so Dana 44s looks like. Springs, track lock, transfer case, 2-speed. Transmissions, 3 or 4-speed manual and 3-speed automatic. Like I said, that looks an awful lot like a Torque Flight to me. Yeah. So that's the instructions. And then the decals. I've never taken these out. Yeah, well, why not? Let's take a look here. This blade may be the dullest thing in existence. Okay, come on. Quicker but slower. Carefully. Ta-da! So we have the rally stripes, all these big beautiful white stripes, cutouts for the IH logo, Scout, turn signals. We have the instrument panel, decals, IH logo, Scout 2, International, that I think goes on the tailgate. Indiana 100 SCT, California 100 SCT, Iowa 76, DVC 2 48 truck, 31. I'm sure Robert Judson might be able to tell us what that all means. Michigan Bicentennial Scout, Illinois Bicentennial plate, four-wheelers, just trucking, Jack Pine logging, and flags. Can you see that? There's no stars on those flags. That's funny. All right. So that's one of my international scouts that I have, and I guess what I'm planning to do with it, when I'll get to it, who knows, one of these days. But I just thought you guys might like to see that, something that I found while packing up the Spruedio here. So if you liked what you saw, you can do all the buttons with the liking and the subscribing and the commenting and the sharing, and share it with your friends, share it with your enemies. If you liked what you saw, you can do all that. If you didn't like what you saw, I won't hold it against you. You don't have to do or say anything. But thanks for stopping by here at the Sprue, and we'll catch you around next time.